Heroes and Legends. End Times. The Scholastica campaign. Susan Royal had mobilized the full extent of the bank run and hired Kechu Rohan with her. As they traveled through the Chaldean galaxy, now completely obliterated by Monica and Shern, they moved to the Scholastica galaxy, where the independent Scholasticans, the Army, the Rain, the Gusten, the Heritage, the Oaks, the Scopes, the Cobra, Sasa, and the rest, occupied, seeing that this would be the first and easiest galaxy to take as a foothold towards taking all of Scholastica, the Collagen, the UI, and the UB. But our calculations would soon be wrong. As before the first warships appeared, Nado Heri, the leader of the Heritage, who controlled their own planet, was a rebel and a little bit narcissistic and had a great ego, but he loved his little sister, Maya, who was only 16 at the time, but he umped up her age so she could fight. It was between them, the brother and sister. And Marcia Army of the Army planet was strict and followed the rules and was favored by rear Hui. By rear Yui, sorry. And anyway, so she normally tried to discipline him, although they being the same age in their mid-20s. But she acted more like a caretaker to him. And Nado just took it as, man, she wants me. But anyway, Gordon and Major were friends of Nado and Maya. Good warriors, good friends, who loved to fight. As Marissa was trying to train them during a practice drill, as Scholastica was bringing neutral during this time of chaos, they noticed the first warships. Marissa said, wait a minute, what are those ships up there? And then Maya's like, look, the royal emblem, can it be? And then Nado cut his sister off and said, yes, slapping his fist into his hand. Finally, a chance to fight some real enemies, the royals. Now it's the time to fight. And Marissa said, no, we must call for reinforcements. And then Nado continued to walk in front of everyone and said, if we wait on them, then this galaxy will fall. This is the Royal Empire, the ones that once claimed Sir Marcia, that once claimed all of Insurance. The royals are a powerful opponent. We will make sure they regret ever coming here. I'll let my fists chase them away. Come, let's go. And then Maya ran after them and Gordon and Major. And Marissa was like, you idiots, we have to wait. And then as she saw the enemy ships, smaller ships, crashing, landing on the planet, about to start the invasion, Marissa had no choice. She had to advise them what to do and what not to do. So the first battle consisted of Susan, Dean, and Martha against them. And she said, so these young punks really think they could charge me? Imbeciles. Show these fools the true might of the Royal Empire. And then the royals began to have hands. Marissa suggested they ambush the unit, seeing that the advantage of the terrain was theirs, because they had the high hills and the enemies in the valleys. Nado told Gordon Major to do that, and Sim and his sister charged straight ahead against the enemy. Marissa said, Nado, you fool, you gotta get yourself killed out there. And he said, Marissa, don't worry, I know you love me. I'm not gonna die in front of you. And Marissa was angry but blushing a little bit and said, why you? Just don't get yourself killed. Maya, watch your brother. And then she's like, alright. And then they was distracting the Royal Empire. And then when they was being distracted, they had to call for more officers because Nado was displaying his skills as a fighter. And his fighting skills was that of the legendary fighters And anyway, they got past the enemy. And then more enemies had to go through the plateau, not realizing, got through the middle of the plateaus, not reaching the top of the plateaus where Major and Gordon were ambushing. And then they ambushed, and then the troops morale were depleted. And then Marcia said the plan worked, surprisingly, and told all the infantry units to charge. And then Susan, who was taken aback, said, you know what, we're going to leave this planet and go invade the next one and gain some territory. And so Susan left. They would successfully beat back the Royals. But the Royal Armada was all across the galaxy, and help from other galaxies will not come in time. So the heroes that be had no choice but to go forward and fight. Anyway, that was that battle. And days later, Gordon and Major were at the moon, one of the many planets moon. They was a planet, Universal. They was at the Houghton moon, right? And then Grey Ward Royal, one of the new chief commanders of the Royals, one of the new people that came out, was attacking. And Major and Gordon went with their skills to beat back his forces, and to beat back the supplies and the beakers and trackers the Royals had in place to guide their ships. And once they were destroyed and Grey Ward was defeated, the main ships couldn't land, and so they had to bail from the moon, and they pushed them away. And then after that, Kerzner Royal, the new chief captain, started to invade, and many of the smaller planets, like the Sussa and the Augusta and the Rin, all fell before him. Seeing this, the new supply officer, Helix, a strong, buffed man, had appeared with his forces as reinforcements for the Scholastica forces. And he was putting up a great resistance with his ships and landing down and trying to beat back Kerzner's forces. But at the same time, Nado had appeared to assist. Nado was excited about this whole war. Now he could finally get his hands dirty in this chaos. Helix was stunned. You're the one who hold back Susan. What are you doing here? I'm not going to allow this galaxy to fall, he said. Let's beat back the Royals and prove that Scholastica is stronger than ever before. And him and Helix worked together to beat back Kerzner's forces. Kerzner had a call for reinforcements from the other planets that he conquered, which dampened the morale of those planets, and is able to allow Marcia and the rest of those to retake those planets. And Kerzner was forced to retreat at the end of the battle. And then Marcia and Maya, Nado's younger sister, were talking back in one of the planets where they had, right? And so Marcia wanted to get to know Maya a little bit more, because she only knew Maya based on what Nado told her. And Maya told that the brother was sweet and kind gentleman. He only acts macho when he's around you. And then Marissa was like, why? And they say, is it obvious? He likes you. And she was like, really? And then suddenly, before Maya could capitalize on her surprise, and really, Susan had came one last time to take the planet, seeing that Marissa was the strategist behind this galaxy to take out the brains. Certainly the galaxy would fall. So Susan, along with the whole brigade, along with Dora and Wilson Axenia, went to attack, and they had to defend against him. And then Maya and Marissa army, and they successfully defended the planet against Susan, beating back their forces. This time, the military strength the Royals had to invade the galaxy was exhausted. And by this time, the UB, the UE, the Collagen had all arrived to the galaxy as reinforcements. Seeing that the whole Scholastica Armada had come and the Royals were now depleted, they had no choice but to retreat through the Guardian Galaxy and back to their galaxy, embarrassed and defeated. With this, Scholastica was successfully defended. And with this defense, Nado, Maya, Major, Gordon, and Marissa, and Helix were rewarded handsomely by Weir, who praised them for their bravery and talent. While this was going on, Nado went to confront Marissa and told him, "So my sister told me you were surprised for how I feel about you." And Marissa said, came back to her orderly demeanor and said, "Nado, Heri, I mean, General Heri, please, we must rebuild our barracks and rebuild our defenses. Get back to work." And he was like, "Oh, yes, ma'am, yes, ma'am." And she turned around quietly as everyone was leaving and said, "Good work out there, Nado. You really saved us all." And then she turned around and walked and smiled, a small smile to herself, and walked away. Nado walked back, almost moonwalking style, dancing a little bit and saying, "Hey, I know she liked me." And then Gordon made it say, "Yeah, Nado, yeah, you did it, man." And it's like, "Yeah." It's like, "I want more action." Nado's like, "We want more action." And he called Helix. "Helix, let's go and invade someone else. Let's go. Let's go to the magazine. Let's do something." And he said, "No, our work here is done. You're not ordered to move yet until this chaos is over." "What? There won't be no one else invading us," said Nado. Then Major and Gordon had to step in to calm Nado down and said, "We should work on defenses, work on getting stronger. And besides, during peacetime, you could travel Marissa." And he was like, "Oh, okay. But I sound like fighting more, but hey, let's see what happens." And then the campaign was over. As Susan Royal and Wilson Acaria and Grey Ward and Dora and Kerzner and them were returned back to the galaxy, Susan Royal became ill, and because of failures, and they were rich, they were bankrupt, so they had money, but it wasn't disease, it was of old age, and she was one of the oldest women around since the Governor time during the Androscan Empire, and so her old age was finally catching up with her, and she was dying. And as they went back to defeat, Wilson Akira was uncertain about his lady's future.